Hello everyone, I'm Rob Smith in the Black Quantity VTF here, T3 Live with this week's market wrap-up. And, boy, if I got to read another tweet about what SPY's doing, come on, man, let's take a look as we disseminate earnings. This is called doing nothing. Right? We've got to read one more tweet about it. And it's holding its thing, and it's doing nothing, right? So for the week, for anything that you're watching during the week, you want to make sure that you're doing something, at least by Wednesday. And once you start to see this, you know you're not going to be trading SPY. It's doing nothing, right? So the question is, what's the next two, right? Do we take out this side or that side, and what will that look like? So here, we'd be going into recent highs. Here, potentially reverse back down after the slight higher high, and you can see broadening formation here, lower lows, higher highs like that. So what's the next two, basically? Well, we've got earnings coming out, so that's why you're seeing this. They're going to be disseminating a lot of earnings. Q's the same. Now, it had a little bit more of a chance to dump. Comes right back in the middle, doing nothing, right? Dow Jones Diamonds, doing nothing. But what's the next two? It's closer to coming down, so we'll respect that. Now, the monthlies are all green, so that's good, but for the most part, doing nothing. So TLT did give us this. We had the inside weakened down, and that was clear as a bell, right? You can see the broadening formation here. Boom. Lower low, higher high, lower low, higher high, inside, boom, back into the try she goes, right? So you know to trade that short this week, because what's the next two? One of the only ways price can reverse is two to the upside, take out one side, go inside, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, reversal, like that, and there you have it. So, when things are doing that, one of the things you can do is join me on Tuesday afternoon, 1 hour after the close, and I go to our YouTube, it's T3 YouTube, for about a half an hour, do the Wheels in Motion show, and what I'll do during that is pull up some of those weeklies and monthly charts that are in force, right, things that are likely to continue, that have signals in, like GTLS. This is nice. You see this is an outside week. That's a 3-2. Took out the one side, then this side, and boom, there you go. 65.90 comes 76er, and did have a nice gap and runner there too. But here was where we can get in, right? So that was nice. So yeah, you can join me for that. And talked about Pepsi. Got a little bit out of that. Pepsi, and Pepsi once again on the weekly. Here 3, 2 set up, and there she goes, and then. Melly on the monthly, certainly the Melly monthly kept going inside month to the upside. All right, and that was nice, and we got that here. So I talked about that on Tuesday. So here you still had, even at this point, you still 362. You still had $11 left in it. So please join me for that. Also in the morning on my Twitter feed at Robin the Black, I tweeted the gap list. Right. So even if you're doing nothing, like today, people thought it was slow. There was plenty to do today. Microsoft and stuff you didn't even have to be fast about. So Microsoft gaps up, and then what does it do? It goes inside 60 down. Right. 2 up. Inside 2, that's a 2-2 reversal, 2-1-2 reversal below 106.91. Never makes a higher high, right? And then another inside 60 down here, so to add to it. So not a real big move, but piece of cake or move. And then SWK here, the continuation 60 move, gaps up, comes down, takes out the low. So this is a 2 to the upside because it's above that, 2 downside, and then the 2-2-2 continuation right here, bam. Right there, 142.59 goes back up to the highs over 145. And even if you miss that, you had an inside 15 to grab here for a little bit there. That's 143.56, gets up to 145. So there's some nice stuff there. And then if you go to the manpower here, nice off the gap too. The opening inside 15, 2 down, inside 2, 1, 2, reversal above 84, no lower low here. Until 86.34, so almost $2.50 out of that. That's not too bad. Honeywell, and if you go to the 30, you're going to see this, clean as a whistle. The measured move, 2, 1, 2 in the same direction. And that took out 151.38, and you can see that another $1.50 or so, not too bad. ISRG off the 30 was nice here too. Once again, I tweet this list out, and then I'll talk about it. And another thing you can do is join me at 12:30 Eastern Time during the day, Monday through Thursday. I hop on our T3 Live Facebook and do the halftime show, and that's where I start talking about these things, right, that are working during the day, midday, so you can hopefully have a good afternoon. And you can see this inside 30 down here, right? 1, 2, 2. 2, and that was below 522.39, so there goes out 516. We'll take that, and then later pick up on CLF. And CLF, you can see this inside 30, the measured move, the 2 up, inside 212 measured move, and that's in there. 936 and get you up there through 10, so that's nice too. And then you can stay on these lists because like OMC kept going. This thing was on the gapper list earlier in the week here, and this thing keeps going, and then you can get to learn to gauge your magnitude by looking at the big old tries like this. Pow, right there. Once you understand how broadening formations work, then once you're going through this stuff, you're looking to take this out. All these guys who are long against, say, this, taking them all out. So that turned out to be real nice. And even a boring old GE on the puker today, if you stayed on the 30, you can see how easy this is once you understand this stuff. Down 3. No, that was 2 down. Didn't take that out, but this was inside, right? So the continuation below 1320, then down, no higher highs, and then here the 2 reversal here above 1305. If you get long there, then the 2 1 2 reversal back down to get short below 1322, and so piece of cake, right? It's not moving that much, but the main thing is you can see stuff like that. Netflix was certainly the stock of the week, getting the gap in reverse earlier in the week, and then today you can see this here, the attempt to spike up. The 2 reversal on the 30, below 368.01. Doesn't make it higher high until 362.85. Very nice. And then when it starts doing this, right, then we got jumped on that 15er. That was nice too at the end of the day, right here. The 2 reversal below 364, and then finally it doesn't make it higher high until right on the bell or so down in there. So that was nice too. Tesla is you always going to want to be aware of when you're doing this, right? Inside monther. It's going to chop around. You have the inside week to try and get out of here, but you're still in a giant mother bar. And this is something you always want to know about. Because now that this week closes, this high and today and this week's low revert into one bar because you couldn't get out of this. But it doesn't mean, because Tesla moves around enough, we can still grab something out of it. We prefer not to, but on a day like today, we want something that's going to move at least a couple bucks. So here's the 3 outside, the 3 1 2 Chicago setup, outside inside continuation. You hit that below 316.80, and on the 60 doesn't make a higher high for the rest of the day, so you can take it out at 313. Not a bad little trade there either. Going back to, if you recall, and if you've never seen this, I would go to also my YouTube, Smiths in the Black, all one word. Right, the first of the year, I put out the greatest story ever sold, and I talked about one specific stock and how we can use all this numerology of which I speak. Because of last year, you can see this here, the 2 1 2 reversal here, puke all the way to the lows, right? And then when we use the longer term charts, right? And so when people swing, sometimes they use daily charts. You want to have yearlies, quarterlies, monthlies, weeklies, all that kind of stuff because you're going to get the bigger moves. And so you might recall in that thing, if you haven't seen it, I would go watch it. But here, the quarterly Granger does this. The 2 2 2 with hammer reversal for the quarter above 185.82, trading 340, no lower lows on the quarter for your monster swing. And then when we go to the yearly, which I talked about in that video, 3-2 outside. And if it takes that, you got your range expansion. 3-2 to the upside year above 260, 272. Goes out at 340 and still going. So a whole lot of good stuff out there, but we got a lot of earnings. And so what's the next 2 on the weeklies for the broader averages? But next week is all about the earnings. We're going to let them open, and I'm going to post those gaps. I'm going to talk about them at lunchtime. I'm going to talk about them on Tuesday night, and I'm going to be on the VTF all week. All right, that's going to do it for this week. I hope everybody had a great week and has an even better weekend. I'm Rob Smith in the Black Quantity VTF here at T3 Live with this week's market wrap-up.